We are the Andersons! Kishwaukee Bible Church, welcome to our home.
One of the things that has been really hard for us during this season is missing out on knowing people and being known by people. And we've really enjoyed the last several Sundays getting to know you guys in a new way in your quarantine status. And today we're excited to share who we are through a peek into our home and our lives the last several weeks.
Each week, we've been making a special sweetbread to enjoy while we watch our church service together. We've spent lots of time outside. Mark, set, go! We've been reading lots of books. In March, we celebrated Owen's 6th birthday, Paul's 40th birthday, and our 10th wedding anniversary. As part of a school project, we hatched 18 baby chicks.
What do you miss most about church?
Just enjoying Sunday school and getting to look at books and have a bunch of fun.
Oh, and what's your favorite thing to do during quarantine?
Play with Legos.
Emma, what do you miss most about church?
Eating the treats.
So for me, this is my home office. This is actually where I spend most of my time anyways, even before quarantine. I've been based out of the house, and typically I would go to customers more frequently, but obviously that's not happening, so I'm getting a lot of time down here. And I think for me personally, I wrestle a lot with fear and worry, and so some of the stuff that I rely on is I keep looking at Psalm 46 when it talks about the mountains being thrown into the heart of the sea, and just that picture of what that would look like if there's all this destruction going on, and yet it says that we do not fear because God is our refuge. And I think about Jesus in the boat during the storm and how he was so calm. And I think about Paul when he was on the ship in the midst of a 2-week storm. And I think God keeps teaching me that safe is not about what's going on around me, but safe is about the one who holds me. And recognizing that what I understand as safety and security is maybe a different picture than what God sees as safety and security, and just trying to trust in the fact that the one who has the power to manage a global pandemic is also the same one who is the one who is intimately watching over.
This season has been really challenging. For me personally, I found it very challenging. I am an extrovert and find a lot of energy from being with people, talking with lots of people, learning new things, and that has all slowed way down. One of the things that I'm finding is that in the challenges are also some of the greatest gifts. I have just felt like so disoriented and felt like I'm in this fog. I don't know about you guys, but it's almost like I'm swimming in this fog, and there's things around me that are kind of familiar, and I can kind of see where the horizon is, but it's not very clear, and it's been very disorienting. Along with that though, in the fogginess, there's also been this real clarity, of slowing down and seeing what is around me, remembering what is important as we've had to let go of so much. It's been helpful to think about what we're holding on to still. That we're holding on to truth, that we have grace, and that we have each other, and that even though we can't be all together, we're able to connect and we still hold on to our friendships and relationships. And then something that I find challenging is just the togetherness. We're here all the time, and that can be really challenging some days. There's no breaks, there's no date night, there's no getting out to go do something, going out for dinner, you know how it is. So this togetherness is really challenging, but it's also such a gift because we're working on things that we wouldn't have worked on otherwise. And we have time and space to work on routines and set good habits and dig into our schoolwork and just get organized in some areas of life, which has been really helpful. And then there's also this thing where I'm finding that the hardest person for me to quarantine with is actually myself. I'm finding it really difficult to be with me, and I'm seeing more of my sin, and as the pressures of life mount, then I see that more and more. But along with that is the gift of seeing the gospel in a new way too. I'm seeing my need for the gospel, I'm seeing God's grace in our lives in the many ways that I might have overlooked otherwise. The last thing is I'm so thankful it's spring. I can't imagine going through the season of quarantine if it had been cold and icy and just dreary out this whole time. I don't ever remember there being a spring where we could watch it come to bloom in slow motion like this. It's been such a gift. I love this quote by Martin Luther about the resurrection. It says, "Our Lord has written the promise of resurrection, not in books alone, but in every leaf of springtime."